Usually I get told that I hate everything, but the Vince Staples show was really good. Northside Long Beach. I've been rocking with Vince Staples since like 2014, 2015, whenever Summertime '06 came out. I forgot what the EP before that was called. It had Blue Suede on there. Love that song. I always thought Vince was a cool rapper. That project Summertime '06 was amazing. Mamacita on there is probably my favorite song. Him and Future killed that. But Vince has always been such an interesting and fascinating person to me because while he is good at making music, to me, Vince has always shined with just being himself, with his ridiculous personality. Like, to me, every podcast, every interview, anything Vince Staples is on where he's just talking and being himself, to me is must-watch TV. I remember he had my girl Dadeska stressed out because he was talking about R. Kelly during like a Rolling Loud or Coachella interview or something like that. His classic interview on Hot 97 when he was talking about Ray J. Straight facts, Ray J has his own nigga MCU to NCU. But when Vince Staples a while back announced that he's having a TV show come on Netflix, in my mind, the first thing I thought was finally. So going into this, I didn't watch the trailer because I just wanted to go in with a blank mind, not knowing anything about this show. And when I tell you I do not know what the concept of this show is, your guess is as good as mine. It was just so good. It was just so random and so entertaining. Like when the first episode came on, I didn't know what the hell was going on. You just see this police officer buying a donut and you see this nice car, this nice Jeep driving by, and then Vince Staples is in jail. In the grand scheme of after watching all of these, this wasn't my particular favorite episode. It wasn't bad. It was a good, tone setter for the season and just kind of giving you a glimpse at what's to come. But it was cool. The police officers to me was hilarious with him asking about his kids and trying to get tickets to his concerts and them playing North North. Love that song, another good song. And then they got this big ass nigga that said he want to stab him. Then they got this other dude, I forgot his name in the show, but he's singing remixes to R. Kelly. What's up with Vince and R. Kelly? This bank robbery episode to me was hilarious. This had my attention the entire time. But once the robbery actually started to take place, and then the dudes, you realize they knew Vince. This is when I was like, one, what is happening in this show? We're just going completely left field with the show, which I love. They don't explain a lot, which we don't always need that. I always say the creators, they don't need to spoon feed the audience and everything. I don't need to know where Vince knows these bank robbers from. I just love the randomness and ridiculousness of this show. The one dude that was mainly talking to Vince was so good in this role when he was talking about, I got dreams. I only asked for $800,000. The whole concept of Vince being stuck in a bank robbery, because when I read the episode description, I was like, oh, it's just gonna be Vince caught up in a bank robbery. We've kind of seen this before, but then he actually knew the people. I thought that was entertaining as hell. The episode 3, I believe, was the family reunion one. This was another one, like, it wasn't bad. It was just like, oh, it's cool. Like, one, is this man's uncle OJ? Like, is this man uncle supposed to be the juice? Like, I think in the show his name was like JJ or something like that. Like, I know it was Uncle James, but he had all the USC gear. When Vince went in his truck to get the beer, he only had one glove. Then at the end of the episode, he was doing this like Clubhouse or Instagram video or something like that, and he was talking very much like OJ. And then he had a white Bronco. I just thought that was hilarious. And then the whole mac and cheese situation, this might piss some people off. I don't like mac and cheese. I think mac and cheese is disgusting, but that's a whole nother topic. But all that stuff that was going on, and then you got his mom and his girlfriend, they getting into fights with the other family members. And it's just like black people, man. Black people, I know, like I said, I hate mac and cheese. I get killed for it all the time, but I know how serious people take mac and cheese. And I'm pretty sure it's been multiple fights in the black community over mac and cheese. So I'm not surprised by that. And then episode 4 was probably my favorite when they went to the amusement park. This is one of those examples of just randomness happening everywhere, and I love it. Vince Staples is finding this weird backroom chick, and it's this Asian dude mopping up a fountain or something like that, talking about follow the yellow brick road and the red door. Then they play that song that's in Insidious, that little, I ain't gonna even try to sing it, but they played that a little Insidious creepy song, the surf dude thing. Like, I was dying at that scene where Vince was back with his girl and they were taking pictures, and then you just see Vince just eyeing this freaking mascot. Why am I blanking on it? I guess mascot is the name. When they were in the car at the beginning of the episode, Vince just seems like he hates these kids. Vince just seems like he hates everyone. Like, this nigga was applauding when a magician killed himself. Apparently, well, shot himself at least. But this nigga Vince was applauding that. But at the beginning of the episode, when they were in the car and they had the kids in the backseat, and she was like, oh, put your headphones on. And she was like, oh, you know, it's Dee Dee's birthday. And you know he look up to you. Vince looked at him and was like, man, you know Dee Dee a bitch. It's like, bro, Vince was playing bumper cars and just cursing at random kids and stuff like that. This entire episode was hilarious. And then with the random girls in the booth, when they kept saying they were on break and stuff like that. I've dealt with people like that before. That entire episode, to me, that episode was a 10 out of 10. I love that episode. I love this man getting jumped by all the different theme park characters, and they got this scary ass looking white dude selling fried chicken. This is my favorite episode. And then in the final episode, we get Vince Staples talking to a group of kids, and then there's this one kid that stays back after class to tell him that his dad knows Vince. And then a few minutes later, Vince is in the parking lot, and Vince sees this guy, and this guy sees Vince, and you just see red on the screen. And then this man pulls out an assault rifle. I mean, not uncommon. It's not super unrealistic today. This man pulls out an assault rifle and then just starts shooting at Vince. It was like, all right, get in the car, son. Seatbelts. And this man just doing drive-by, shooting pistols at this man, trying to run him over. Once again, with this episode, complete randomness. We don't know what their beef is, at least unless I just missed that part. We don't know what their beef is. Vince saw this dude saw Vince, we just saw red, and then this man got to shooting. Vince Staples, I mean, they don't show it, but it seems like he shot this little kid's dad, and then he just went home and the girl was like, oh, how was your day? He was like, oh, you know, it was cool, nothing happened. This was just such a good show. I just love this formula of just every episode just kind of being random. It's just random events in the life of Vince Staples. I'm assuming Vince had writer credit. I don't know if he just literally wrote this entire show by himself, but I hope Vince continues to do this. I hope Netflix sees the positive feedback they've getting from the show, because I've seen nothing but good things on like social media. I haven't seen one person say, man, this show is trash. It's very short, which is good and bad. That would probably be my main criticism for the show. Like, I think the third episode with the mac and cheese, I think that was like 17 minutes or something like that, which once again, like I said, I watched this all in one day. I just watched, the first episode I think was like 25 minutes. I think the second episode was like 20 minutes. And then I think like 17, and then I think like 24. In and out show. Like I said, that's probably my main criticism, because it was so good. I wanted more, but at the same time, it was nice to just be able to get in and out. So I thought this show was great. I thought the acting was great. I love seeing stuff like Tyler, who had Warrior Squad back in the day, and the success that all of them had. Donald Glover has a background in TV, but what he did with Atlanta, I was never a fan of like Community and all that before he was Black stuff. But like Atlanta to me was such a phenomenal show. Like the Florida Man or Gator Man with Cat Williams in it. The episode in Atlanta when they were talking about like this person with the invisible car, and then the invisible car actually hits people at the end of the episode. I haven't laughed like that in a long time. Netflix, I hope you give this man more opportunities. I hope he has a chance to do a season 2 and even build off this stuff. And once again, I don't need continuations from season 1. Just continue to be just random moments, random stories. Like, we don't know what happened to the bank robbers. I don't care. They shot that white nigga in the head. I haven't done many TV reviews, but I don't usually do ratings for TV reviews, because I feel like you would have to rate each episode individually. But just overall, if I had to rate this whole season, I would give this like an 8. But just let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, subscribe if you're new here. We talk about a bunch of different things. Let me know your favorite episode in the show. Was there anything you didn't like about the show? Like I said, for the most part, I thought the show was great. If I had to rank the episodes real quick, I would probably say the amusement park, the bank robbery, the final episode with the random shootings, the family reunion, and then the jail episode. Like I said, the jail episode wasn't bad. It was just, it was cool. Like, to me, it just wasn't as good as the other episodes. But that's my thoughts on the show. Like I said, this isn't my usual format. But yeah, once again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Love you guys. Tell someone you love them. Until next time, see you in the next life.